Hi, it's Lorraine. And so, again, I'm not really sure what this video will entail, but yesterday I was sitting through my meditations, and then last night before on my meditation before bed, there's a few things that happened. So I'm just going to share that with you because I feel like, I've talked about vernacular, language, vocabulary within this community and society as a whole, the implications of what are the denotations and connotations of any word in our language or in any language. And from there, I'll just say that I feel like there's a misunderstanding, or there's certain things that people associate with the word psychic, spirituality, mysticism, all these things. And so as I sit, and often in meditation, before meditation, when I'm just sitting with my thoughts, or when claircognizance or clairsentience kind of moves in and I start getting these messages, I don't have all the answers. I'm always asking questions, and part of this journey isn't knowing everything. It's not about the destination necessarily. It's about the path and the experiences and what they mean to us and what we learn from them and what we carry with us, because that is what we carry with us when we pass to the next dimension, the next plane of existence, because we don't stop when we leave these bodies. There's something more past this lifetime, past this physical form. And so it's important to explore that, the variety of meanings of religion, spirituality, psychic, the connotations, the denotations. What does this mean, and what can it possibly mean? What is it becoming, actually? That's the big question. So, because we're changing, we are transcending. Our consciousness is transcending. All of us are opening up to a greater understanding of everything, not only ourselves, but this world, our existence in not only this world, but the universe as a whole, and how we're connected to not only each other, not only this world, but the universe as a whole, and all the beings in this universe. And so these are questions I've found myself asking myself, especially when I read a lot, reading articles, reading social media, what people are posting, and they express a lot of emotion through their posts and comments. And so I find myself asking these questions. It's like, how do I move out of this paradigm? How do we move out of this paradigm? How do I change the perceptions around psychic versus spiritual? How do I open humanity up to a new or shifting paradigm? How do I help them release their fear? Where do I go? What do I do from here? And I just said, I feel confused. I feel a bit lost. I know there's a path, but it's hard for me to see it. I see all these different paths. There's so many directions we can go, and I'm like, okay, but what's the direction? And I feel stagnant. I feel like I'm in this, because I don't have a clear vision, and I don't feel directed. I feel stagnant. I feel like I'm just kind of sitting here. And it's not that I'm waiting for answers. I think a lot of it is my own issues, my own physical person, this being Lorraine, kind of maybe thinking too much and not allowing that flow of energy, not allowing the law of flow to happen, and just kind of overthinking it. And so I asked for help. I said, I need help focusing. I need help with whatever blocks that I'm facing, or that are being placed in front of me that apparently I'm not aware of, because I feel like I do a lot of work, But because I feel stagnant, there's something happening. And I have to acknowledge that. And so last night, before I went to bed, in my meditation before sleep, I felt strongly about explaining a little bit more about telepathic communication and how that will open up for us, because it's not about just knowing everything, people's thoughts right away. It's we move into it like learning language. Like little kids, they're not speaking in sentences, and when they first start talking, they start with single words, then they move into phrases, then they move into sentences, okay? And so, and then the question, what does humanity want or expect from this experience? What do they want or expect as we move through this experience? Specifically, the virus, and then all the other stuff that's going on that they don't know about. What does that mean? What does that imply? How do they aspire to achieve whatever it is they want or expect coming out of this, meaning humanity as a whole? And because I live in the United States, I have this perspective from someone who is born and raised in the United States. And then from there, West Coast. By what means, on what path, meaning how do we aspire to achieve this, by what means and what path. And then I know we are everywhere but right here. We're not in this experience right now in this moment. We're thinking about the future. Everybody's focused on death. Everybody's focused on, if I go outside, I could die. If I go outside, I could get this virus and die. That's where everybody's at, and it's fear. Everybody's focused on what could be instead of what's going on right now in this moment. And that is so important as far as being present for all of us, being present in this life, in this experience right now. What's going on right now? And then in that meditation, I had a vision, or I had an experience. It wasn't a vision. I'm out in space, and I see this, it wasn't a constellation, it was an asterism. And when I had a very strong feeling yesterday about stars and constellations, and asterisms is more what I'm drawn to. And so I have this feeling of knowing about this asterism, Argo Navis. And so I did some research on it, and I was reading about it. And the next thing I know, I'm out during my meditation, I'm out and I see this. And I look at it and I'm like, I see all these stars. There's like stardust or clouds, I guess. I'm not sure what they refer to those. They look like clouds in space. And I'm like, wow, that's amazing. What's going on in this area of space that I need to be aware of? And so I did some more research, and there was an article about this asterism and how it's visible from the southern hemisphere. And then I started asking myself the questions, what's going on in the southern hemisphere? Why am I being directed to the southern hemisphere? And so right now, I haven't answered those questions because I haven't had enough time to do more research. But so I guess I'll pose that question to you. Do you have information? Do you know what's going on, or have any inclinations towards anything energetically, like psychically through claircognizance or clairsentience, that might help you or me understand what this message is with regards to the southern hemisphere? And from that, I'm just going to work on centering my energy for a second. Clear, center, and balance. And so as I sit and I clear and center my energy, set my intention, asking for guidance and opening me up to any messages that'll help us move to a more balanced place, humanity. There is a very bright light coming in through my crown chakra, and it's flickering, very, very bright, and it's coming over my face, and it's just flickering, but it's constant. So as I sit and I wait for any guidance or messages from the higher self, I'm waiting to see how I feel, what I feel I need to. And the feeling is humanity needs to release its fear. Wow, that light is so bright right now. Wow, super bright. They're sending energy to help humanity release its fear. We need to release the fear. We need to unify as a people, not as nations, as people as a whole. It's not just about any one country. Right now, it's about the world as a whole. And the light is so bright, if I open my eyes, I feel like I would need sunglasses. That's it. Release the fear. Release the fear. Know that the good energy that you're putting out into the world and caring for one another will be reflected back at you, to you, in your life, and allow that flow of energy. Allow the flow of energy to happen. Stop resisting, because so many people have an idea of what we need to get out of this, what we need to make things right, what we need to reduce the amount of people who become infected and who could pass away because of this. There's so many energies that are just saying we need to do this, and they're projecting that will onto the collective consciousness and then into the universe, and they're blocking the flow of energy coming back, the abundance, that all the good that's being put out by all these first responders, these people who are out there projecting health and well-being, trying to make people feel cared for and safe. All that energy they're putting out is being blocked by people's fear of first death, but then also their agendas on imposing their agendas on what they feel should be happening in this world to create the outcome that they want to see. They're not allowing humanity as a whole, are not allowing the flow of energy to come in and heal the world, heal Mother Earth. Humanity is too caught up on the minutia, on the little things. They're too caught up on who the president is of the United States, who the leaders of the world are, and they don't like that, and they don't want that. So they're like, we don't want that, we want someone else. So they're fighting it, and they're not allowing them to do what they're here to do, because everybody has a role in this world. Everybody has something that they're here to do to help with this transition. And there are a lot of people trying to impose their will on what they think should be done and who should be doing it. And it's blocking the flow of energy, and it's not allowing the universe and all the positive energy that's coming to us from moving and helping us transition. So people as a whole, humanity as a whole, needs to release the fear that things aren't going to end up the way they want, and allow the universal source, allow our divine creator, allow the beings of love and light that are projecting positive energy, allow the humans on this planet who are projecting positive energy and a positive outcome on this earth, allow that energy that they're putting out to be reflected back to us. Allow that abundance to come back to us. Release the fear. Release the fear. Trust, have faith in our divine creator. And if not in that, trust in each other. Have faith in each other. Support each other. That's what we all need to do. And that's not what's happening. We're extremely divided. We're physically divided in our homes. And now we are ideologically divided in our perceptions on how we want this to turn out, how we want it to happen, and the outcome. So we have these ideas of what we see happening and how it will end. And we have to release that. We have to allow and have trust and have faith that all this energy, that good energy that's being put into this world and the universe will be reflected back to us, and just allow it to happen. Don't impose your will on it. There's just so much going on that we aren't aware of, and we need to allow the flow of energy to happen. Trust in the goodness of humanity, and trust in the goodness of all the other energies in this universe, as well as our divine creator, the divine creator of the universe, and Mother Earth, the creator of life on this world. Trust that they have our best interest at heart, and they will see that we transition to the place that we are meant to. And I'm just going to stop there. And I'm going to take a minute to ask, see if Zago in the Summer Triangle have any closing messages. But just so you know, that light is still super bright, just coming right in. Zago presents himself like this. And so his energy that he's projecting is, this is symbolic, this physical, way he's presenting himself, this posturing is symbolic of unification. It's symbolic of how different energies across the universe come forward with honor, integrity, honesty, sincerity. And then I see, because I love Chinese cinema and I love the martial arts movies. They do this before they fight for honor, I guess, integrity, and so he's showing me that that intention in that symbolism of that motion is the same or similar to this across the universe. And so now all the Summer Triangle are coming forward to me in the same stance. And now they're doing this. So many energies. So many beings of love and light. We support you. We are you. You are never alone. Trust and have faith. Believe in each other. Believe in us. We are looking out for you. I know it's hard in this place. You don't know the path. You don't know what's going to happen. There's fear. But you must trust. Trust that everything will be okay. Trust in the goodness of each other. I know you can't see us. I know you can't touch us. Look for the synchronicities and seek out the support you need from each other. There's so much goodness in your world. There's so much goodness around you. Trust, have faith. You must find these qualities. You must rediscover these qualities. What do these words mean? Trusting in the goodness of the universe, in your Creator, in each other, having faith in the goodness of each other, in the goodness of the universe and the goodness of each other, means releasing the fear. If you trust that the good that you put out in the world will come back to you, there is no reason to be afraid. There is no reason to be afraid. Put out goodness into the world and trust and have faith that that goodness will be sent back to you tenfold. This is your path. If you believe it, it will happen. If you know it, it will happen. Feel it in your heart and project it to the world. It will come back to you. You are never alone. And now there's a very high-pitched ringing coming in my ears. Sound bounces. Trust and have faith in each other. That is what you need. You need to once again believe in one another. There is goodness in people. There is goodness in leaders. The strongest leaders are the ones who have the courage to stand up against this negative polarity. The strength that so many find intimidating is the strength that's needed in this endeavor. They are not afraid to be the voice, to stand up and say no. Enough. Allow them to do their jobs. Trust, have faith in each other, support one another in this endeavor. Let them do their jobs. Zago is the guardian. Zago is the gatekeeper. Zago keeps the balance on this world. He is the one who is physically present on this plane. Zago says, I am here. I support you all. Trust that everything will be okay. I am available to you. I will make sure that your world is here for you as you transition through this. Some people wish to destroy what they cannot have. I will not allow that. We will not allow that. There are so many fighting for you that you are not aware of, that are on the physical plane with you. They are on this material plane, on this earth, fighting for you. Know that. Trust them. Trust us. We will not let you down. We will help you heal, Mother Earth. All of them say, we support you from the heart center. Connect with your heart center and know what that means. It is the most powerful source in this universe. The consciousness connected to the heart center, projected into this world and the universe, is what will change your world. The message: trust, have faith. Know that everything will be okay. We will never leave you. Thank you.